My advice to new live streamers is this. There's a couple of things to think about. Number one, you don't have to do long live streams. Your live streams do not have to be 3 hours long. They do not have to be an hour long. They don't have to be 30 minutes long. You can go live for 10 minutes. You can go live for 15 minutes. So don't put some unrealistic or intimidating time on your live stream to think that you've got to match this. Everybody else is doing hour-long live streams, so I have to come up with something to say for an hour. That's not the case. Go live for as long as you need to go live. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that's fine.
As long as you want to go live.
As long as you want to go live, right. The goal here is building up the confidence and understanding how to work the gear. Just focus on a small block of time at first. Second thing I recommend is get some bullet points together of things that you want to talk about. I'm old school. I prefer to write things down.
Really old school.
Yeah. Give me a Sharpie, give me a piece of paper, and I'll just write down things I want to talk about in a bullet point form. So if you don't know what you're going to talk about yet, say, okay, I'm going to go live for like 10 or 15 minutes. Write down, or use your app or your tablet or however you want to put those together, write down some bullet points of things that you can talk about for 10 or 15 minutes and reference those whenever your brain starts to freak out. Whenever you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to say next. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Reference those bullet points. So you just have the bullet points to keep you in line. Number three, if you go into your live stream with the understanding that there's a good chance not many people are going to show up to your live stream at first, you might get lucky. You might have a whole audience of people that are coming in there. You might get really lucky there. But go in there thinking there might not be anybody that shows up, and that's fine. Go in there with the understanding that I'm going to go in and I'm going to do some sort of an opening, some sort of a hook, some sort of a beginning, and let people know what we're talking about today. And then I'm going to go through my bullet points. And then if there's people in the stream that has any questions, I'm going to ask them. If they have any questions, I'm going to ask them how they're doing, if they have anything to add or comment, and then get into what they want to say in the chat. And then thank everybody for hanging out. Keep it short, keep it sweet. Don't make it longer than it has to be. And the biggest killer for live streams is long, awkward pauses. So make sure that you always have something to talk about. You have something that you can reference, because if you get to the point to where you've got a room full of people and your brain just turns off and you don't know what to say, that 15 seconds or that 30 seconds of those awkward pauses, they're brutal. They're brutal for you. They're brutal for the people in the audience. So just have something to reference to go back to and avoid those awkward pauses.